Hey y'all, welcome back. I don't really have a lot to talk about today. Mainly because like everything I wanted to talk about kind of just like left my head. We're outside though. We're outside, guys. We're outside. It's beautiful out here. It's like 70s, high 70s. It's hot as dick. I was getting ready this morning in my bedroom. This morning, literally at freaking 6:30 in the morning. And I was sweating so violently badly. Like my back. Okay. That cord is absolutely freaking annoying. Okay. Anyways, my back was literally like wet. And my armpits were wet. And then I was walking home from school. And I was just like wet. Like I woke up this morning too. Underneath my freaking neck was wet. My hair was like stuck to my forehead. Like it's disgusting how often I wake up just drenched in sweat. And normally I'm like the type of person that runs cold. Like I loved the warm and like I loved being like 80-degree heat. Like especially like in mid to high 70s, I'd probably be wearing a sweater, but I can't because I'm just like dying. And you know what I think it is? I think it's the Lexapro. Does Lexapro make you sweat? I don't know. I would hope that none of you would know that. Anyways, I am so excited for summer. And I'm so excited for beach weather. One of my favorite things, okay, I have two favorite things I like to do in the summertime. My contact is literally bothering me so much. I'm gonna throw a freaking fit. I'm literally gonna take my eye out. Anyways. Two of my favorite things to do in the summertime. Okay? One, camping. Oh my freaking goodness, I literally love camping so much because I can wear absolutely no shoes the entire time. I can be a freaking hoodlum and just like go play in the woods and be a dirty kid. And that is so much fun. And like, if you've never been camping, I'm sorry, because it is literally the best experience ever. And like late night, everybody's sitting around the bonfire eating dinner, just like talking. Like that's all we have to do is talk. And like the like types of conversations that you get into, and like it's just so much fun. And swimming in like dirty rivers and like lakes and creeks and stuff is literally a blast. And you just spend time with your family outdoors. And honestly, sleeping in tents like isn't that bad. I don't understand people who aren't like very outdoorsy. Like I feel like being like that feeling of like being a dirty little kid with your feet caked with dirt and like you don't shower for 2 days, which when you say it out loud it sounds absolutely disgusting, but I don't know, it just brings me so much freaking serotonin. Like I absolutely love camping, and you can pig out on s'mores and hot dogs and stuff. So much fun. 2, beach. I love beach. I love beach so much. I love spending all day, every day at the beach. I love tanning. I absolutely love tanning. I love swimming. And at the beach that I go to, excuse me, that was rude. You guys go any freaking slower? Oh my god, our neighbors are back. They're never at the house. You wanna know why? Because they had like cancerous mold in their house and they just had a baby. So they just like had to leave, and then they got rid of the mold, but there's still mold, and they still have a baby. So they're selling their house, and they just bought it like last year, which is really sad. And they're like cool people. They named their baby Billy. it's a girl. Her name is Billie, and I think that is so freaking awesome because like Billie Eilish and stuff. I'm literally obsessed with Billie Eilish. Anyways, beach, and at the beach that I go to, they have kayaks and paddle boards. And is a paddleboard the same as like no, and then paddle boats, and they have, in the paddle boats there's like a swan shaped one and a dinosaur shaped one, and all of them you can rent out for $5 an hour. Like, that is so cool. So I love like taking a kayak. Do they have kayaks? Yeah, no, I like taking paddle boards, and I like going out into like the middle of the lake and stuff. It's so much fun, and just like sitting out there. And they have a pier that you can jump off of, and then literally like, it's like a smaller beach, so it's like the sand, and then there's like a pier, and you can jump off the pier, and then directly behind like the sand part of the beach there's an ice cream shop, and it's like downtown of this town, so like you can walk around and stuff. It's perfect. And we have another beach too that's like okay. It's kind of dirty though, because like that's the most popular one, and that's where everyone goes. That one's nice too because it's also downtown, and I like walking around down there because they have like cute shops, and they have ice cream too, and like fudge places, which is absolutely amazing. And then there's a third beach that I really like going to, and they have a campsite, and I've camped there once. I think I was maybe like 8 or 9. I don't remember. It was a while ago, and I'm pretty sure like that was one of the best camping experiences I've ever had. I'd say the first one was more recent, like 2 years ago. We went off-grid camping, and that was so much fun. But the one at this beach where our site was, there was a creek right behind it, so we just got to like play in the creek, and then we could walk down to the beach. And I remember on our last day there, it was pouring down rain, and we were there with it was like my family, and then my aunt, and like all my cousins and stuff. So there was a lot of us because I have 5 boy cousins, and then it's just me and my brother. But we on the last day it was pouring rain, and we all walked down to the beach, and there was like this, I don't know what to call it. It's like this stone structure with like a mural painted on it in the middle of the water, and we were all playing in there, and there was clay, so we like played with clay and stuff, and that was so much fun. Like, that's what I'm talking about, being like a dirty little kid and like being barefoot. That's one of my other favorite things about summertime, is being barefoot. I absolutely hate wearing shoes. And also, I have another TMI, I have really sweaty feet and like sticky feet. And like being able to like just be barefoot just feels nice, I guess. I like just walking around everywhere barefoot. Of course I'm gonna wear shoes if I'm like going out in public though, because I don't want to catch freaking AIDS or something. Anyways, oh, also I just posted a vlog. I posted it right before I posted this, and if you haven't seen it, hey, finish this first and then go watch that. It's with my mom and my little sister. I said in the last podcast I was like, I'm gonna post it soon, and then I just never did. Jeez. Also, all the footage I had from that was like over an hour long, and I edited it down to like 42 minutes, and then I went and like my mom was like, I want to watch it before you post it. So we watched it, and I just realized that there was just like a lot of unnecessary stuff, because every time I edit something I never like actually watch it while I'm editing it, because I hate editing. Oh, hey, if anybody wants to be an editor for free, I can pay you. I'll pay you. We can discuss that. But if anybody wants to be an editor and you're watching this and you're good enough, I'll let you be an editor, because that is absolutely my least favorite thing to do in the entire freaking world. Anyways, we watched the video, and there's just a lot of unnecessary things, so earlier today I re-edited it, and I got it down to 32 minutes, which is still a long time, but I'm sorry I just make long videos. Like, I have a lot to say. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Whatever. Anyways, I want to talk about off-grid camping, about that trip, because that was absolutely rude. I hate it when people drive down the road because, like, stop. Anyways, that was like the most fun I've ever had. We went with my family, like my dad's side. We went with my boyfriend's family off-grid camping. Like his like whole family, like his friggin' grandma and aunt was there, and uncle, and he has too much family. But we literally had no service. There was no bathrooms, no showers. We were gone for, I think, 4 days. So I didn't freaking shower for 4 days. I kind of felt yuck. And since there was no bathrooms, except there was like an outhouse if you drove, I think it was maybe like a 5-7 minute drive from our campsite. So it means it was a pretty far walk, right? But there was an outhouse, and that's where everybody would go poop if you had to poop. But we would just have to pee in the woods. That wasn't fun. It was like kind of embarrassing. And I'm pretty sure my dad pooped in the woods. I'm unsure. Rude. But we spent 4 days out there. I don't really remember a lot of it, but I just remember having so much fun. I'm sorry if you can hear the wind chimes or like any outside noises. It's like annoying me. So if it's annoying you, I totally understand. I wish I remembered more about the off-grid camping trip, but I do know we were in tubes and like inflatable boats and stuff because there was a river. And we floated in the river. We also had a shower in the river, like if we wanted to like wash our hair and stuff, which I didn't, because you will not catch me bathing in river water. That is disgusting. But I know that my boyfriend did. He washed his hair in the water because he's a freaking grease ball. And when he doesn't wash his hair for 1 day, it literally looks greasy as heck. I don't understand boys. Another thing I wanted to talk about that's like actually humiliating and embarrassing is posting these videos on the internet. Or like last year I challenged myself to post as many videos in a row as I possibly could, and I went like a week or like 2 weeks or something, maybe even 3, but I went a really long time because I'm like, I want followers, I want likes, and one thing about me is I absolutely love attention. I'm not gonna lie, I am a big attention whore. But like posting these videos and like attempting to like gain a following and traction online is like majorly embarrassing. Like, because I know a lot of people don't like me, okay? Especially like from where, like my school and stuff. A lot of people just aren't very fond of me, which I totally understand, okay? Because I have done a lot of people wrong for absolutely no reason, like just for the fun of it, because I used to be a really crappy person. I'm not gonna lie. And I know that if I saw some girl that I didn't like online, okay, there is a girl who does the same, like almost the same thing I do, who I absolutely hate, but I have my reasons for hating her, and I definitely make fun of her, and I know that, and I don't really condone like internet hate. Like if you're doing it behind their back, I think it's okay, but like if you're doing it on their page and like commenting things or posting things about them that's just like straight up hateful and rude, I don't think it's okay. I'm not saying like this person has done that. Oh, my stepdad's home. But I know that if I saw some girl and she was posting all this stuff, I would make fun of her and I'd be like, I hate her, and I'd probably hate watch all of her stuff, and I feel like that's what a lot of people do, and I feel like that's like embarrassing and humiliating, and I don't like that. But I do appreciate the people who do watch it and who do talk to me about it, like personally. Like, I can name 2 of my biggest supporters, 3 actually, is my friend Abby. She always talks to me about like every single one that I post, every single video that I post. She's always like, oh my god, I watched your video, like it was so good, yada yada. And then my friend Ava asked me to talk about her. And Ava, I've talked about her before. She's so sweet. And she was talking to me in class. She was like, I watched your podcast because I missed you. And I was like, oh, thank you. She's so sweet. I love her so much. And she really wants to be on one. So I'm gonna do that. She's literally freaking gorgeous. Also, I have like, we have some stuff to say. Like, we're probably gonna get in a lot of trouble for the stuff that we have to say. I was just staring at the for sale sign in my neighbor's yard, and I'm pretty sure it's been there for a while, and I just like fully acknowledged that it's there. Like, I'm pretty sure it's been there for a couple weeks. Like, it's all starting to come back to me. I'm literally oblivious to life. Like, I don't know how I've made it this far. I just don't process anything. Like, in the vlog, I almost just didn't stop at a stop sign because I saw it, but it just like didn't compute, you know, like I just blocked it out. Anyways, my 3rd biggest supporter is definitely my boyfriend. Actually, he commented underneath my video and he was like, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's freaking dogs barking. Oh, they're getting aggressive. I hope nobody's getting hurt. Anyways, he commented underneath my video and he was like, giggled for real. And he was like, I'm happy you finally posted. And I'm grounded right now, so like I haven't like seen him in a while or talked to him in a while. And I was like, yeah, I know it's probably been hard without the funniest person you know in your life, because I'm sure nobody's making him laugh. I'm sure nobody's making him laugh. Right, Matthew? That's what I thought. Anyways, and then I saw that he had texted me and he was like, 10 out of 10 podcast. You look gorgeous. And I was like, thanks, you're so sweet. Actually, I didn't say anything because I can't, Abby. I'm grounded, but thanks, you're so sweet. Okay, enough of being an absolute cornball. Let's talk about stuff that's gonna get me in trouble. Actually, it's not gonna get me in trouble. It's just stuff that if people heard it would get me in trouble. Okay, I just sounded absolutely dumb AF saying that. There's this girl who absolutely freaking hates me for no, it's not the same girl I was talking about earlier, but for literally no reason. And right now I'm gonna go on a little rant about it because I'm not happy. So, I get dropped off at school every morning, at the corner across the street from my school, so that my stepdad can drop my little sister off. And this morning, I was getting dropped off, and my friend, she just got her license, and she had 3 people in her car. Her sister, one of her friends who's like not really like relevant to this story, and then the girl who absolutely hates my guts. And this girl recently came to the high school because she went to a different school, okay? And she just came here, like last quarter. And I didn't know that she like actually hated me that much. And I would like smile at her in the hallways. I would try to talk to her. And like not like, you know, go out of my way, but like if she was there, I would engage in whatever conversation was going on, or, you know, try to engage with her in conversation, just to show her, like, because I knew that she wasn't like too fond of me, and I understood why. It's not like I did anything like terrible, she just doesn't like me. You know, I would try to show her, like, hey, I'm cool with you, you know, you can be cool with me. And the reason she doesn't like me is because my best friend Macy now, I said that weird. My best friend Macy, like, we're best friends. I'm dating her ex-boyfriend. And I'm pretty sure I explained this situation before. I don't need to go into detail on it, but into like too much detail, but I liked him. They dated. They broke up. 3 or 4 months later, him and I got together. And like, I've known this kid for 7-8 years, so it's like really not that big of a deal. But him and I have been dating for almost 2 years. Okay? 2 years! And it's been 2 years, like over 2 years, since like this whole situation happened. Okay? Anyways, back to like what was going on. So I got dropped off, and them 4 were in the car, and they were right behind my stepdad's car when I got dropped off, and I was like waving at them, and I walk across the street, and she pulls into the parking lot and parks, and I walk over to the car, and the girl who doesn't like me, we're gonna call her Lola. I'm pretty sure I've already used that name, actually. No, I haven't. We're gonna call her Lola. Lola gets out of the car, and she just slams the door. She slams the door, and she just like walks away, doesn't say anything. She gets out so fast and walks away so fast, and I'm like, okay. And then Macy's sister, Hannah, is like, oh, she was like talking shit about you. And I was like, cool. Like, cool. It's 7 in the morning and people are already trying to start stuff with me. I just didn't say anything about it, and she's a freshman, so I was like, whatever. And I was like, she'll grow up. She'll grow out of it. She'll grow out of like this whole talking crap about me. And really, like, I didn't ask what she said or anything. I didn't really care because I didn't think it was anything too bad. Okay, well, I was walking home with Hannah, and she was like, yeah, like she was talking, like it just like came up again. And this time I was curious. I was like, what did she say? And she was like, she called you a whore. And I was like, okay, last time I checked, I'm like the farthest thing from a whore I know. I've dated 4 people in my entire life, and I've been with the same person for 2 years. You know? Like, I don't understand. So, I understand, like, it's not, like, that big of a deal, but I'm trying to be nice to you, and I'm trying to show you I don't like you. I'm trying to show you, like, I'm trying not to have any bad blood with you. And I hardly even know her. Like, I don't even talk to her that much. And, like, that's not something that's, like, used lightly, especially among girls. So, for her to just, like, yeah, she's a whore. And then I found out that, like, my friend didn't say anything. Just kind of stayed silent. And that, like, hurts my feelings. Because, I don't know. I feel like I know when people talk shit about my friends in front of me, I do everything I can to shut it down. Because I don't want to hear it. I don't care what you have to say. Because I'm friends with that person. And it just makes me, like, it makes me uncomfortable, because I know I have a lot of friends. Like, I'm friends with a wide variety of people, and I know a lot of them, like, they clash and they don't like each other. But most of them know not to, like, talk bad about my other friends in front of me, because 1, I'll shut you down. 2, I'm gonna tell that person what you said, because it feels wrong not telling them. And I promise you, if you've told me something bad about a friend and you're my friend, I've told them about it. No matter who you are, no matter how close we are, I'm telling them about it because I don't think that that's okay. And for you, you don't know me. You don't like me over something that happened 2 years ago. You just came to the school and I've done nothing but be nice to you. And you have the audacity to call me a whore when I know damn well that you've cheated on every girl you've been with. And you're ugly? You can't be ugly and rude at the same time. You need to pick a struggle. That is not okay. And I will tell her this to her face. I have no shame because I'm done. Like, I've tried being nice. And obviously she wants to start stuff. And I'll give that to her because, I don't know, that just like makes me so mad. That makes me so mad. I'm not a whore. An attention whore, maybe? Yeah. Actually, yeah. But and like that, like, you need to check yourself before you call me something that you yourself are. You can't insult me like that. I just don't think that that's okay. And I've been called that a couple of times by a couple of people. I don't know. I just don't think it's okay. And I do appreciate the people who tell me when people talk bad about me. Even though, like, most of the time, you know, I'll just brush it off and I don't care because from last year, I believe, like, I've changed a lot. And, you know, I try to stay out of stuff as much as possible. Or even, like, the past 6 months, I think I've changed so much. Like, I believe that people can change. And I do believe in giving people second chances. And, you know, that was my thing. Because I knew I hated Lola so much when I was in 8th grade, freshman. And she hated me. But, you know, I'm friends with Macy now. And, like, obviously, like, we're cool. And I don't see a reason to not like me anymore. Because I also used to not like Hannah. And I know Hannah used to not like me. But because now, you know, because of the same situation, right? And, you know, obviously Hannah sees that Macy and I are cool. Hannah and I are cool. Like, I'm best friends with all of them. And I just don't understand. Well, I guess I do understand, but I also don't understand people that just, like, you just hold a grudge. Like, is that not absolutely exhausting, just hating somebody for absolutely no reason? Because I know, personally, for me, it is. Another thing, respectfully, I don't think that people should be ugly and rude at the same time, like I just said. Because there's another girl who is absolutely hideous. And Ava and I will talk about this when I have Ava on. But I'm gonna go into a little bit of it right now. There is a girl, and okay. I'm not one to judge somebody when they don't wear makeup, because I don't believe that everybody, like, makeup is something that, like, makes somebody beautiful. I really think that it just enhances somebody's beauty, you know? And I don't think that, like, any girl is ugly without makeup. You know, I think that you look pretty much the same. But to be such a catfish is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. This girl is insane herself, one. And I'm pretty sure I talked about her last video. But she looks like Gru from Minions, from Despicable Me. I'm literally not joking. If I wasn't gonna get, like, absolutely flamed and probably jumped at school, I would 100% show a picture. But this girl looks like Gru. Like, it is insane. And, like, she's pretty with makeup, kind of, but without makeup, it's like you're looking at a completely different person. Like, it is absolutely insane. And to be built like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and she's insane, and she's rude, and she's two-faced. Like, I used to be friends with her, and, you know, like I said, I'm pretty sure she turned my other friend insane, too, with her insane behavior. Glad I got away before, you know, I turned. Next. Okay, let's talk about our aspirations in life. See, I don't have a lot that I want to do with my life because I don't believe I'm going to make it past 20. But I used to have a really big, like, desire to, like, write. I actually thoroughly enjoy writing, just like novels and stuff. And I did like start some, and I've only ever finished one in my life, and it was when I was in 6th grade, and it was a story that I wrote called The Diary of Jillian and Sky, and it was based very loosely off me and my ex-best friend's friendship, and I feel like I should put it out somewhere because it's actually kind of cute. I could like revise it. And each chapter was like 2 pages long, like actually, and it was written from the perspective, like each chapter was a different perspective. So like one perspective from Jillian, who was this super rich girl with like a butler and stuff, you know, every girl's like dream life. And then Sky, who was just a regular girl, you know, and like Jillian moves to school and she's like really sweet and really nice, but Sky hates her for literally no reason. And that was like me. Sky was based off of me, and also Sky was spelled Skiey because I was quirky as hell, but Sky was based off of me and Jillian was based off of my best friend. But the thing is like we were both just like regular. Neither of us was rich with a butler. Yeah, and it like showed how their friendship progressed, and there was 21 chapters, I believe, and the last chapter was both of their perspectives combined. Like, I was a freaking genius writing that, and I sent it to all my 6th grade teachers, and one of my teachers, she like wrote a comment, and she was like, this was really good, I can't wait for the second book, because I remember at the end of the book it was like, stay tuned for another Adventures of Jillian and Sky or something like that. And I never wrote the second book. I don't even believe I started it. But I also started a book that, okay, there's a book called Fairy Tale by Stephen King, okay? And basically it's this book about a boy who takes care of an old man, and this old man has a shed with like a stairwell down into a new world, okay? I'm not gonna spoil it anymore because I feel like if I say like literally, you know, like those movies are like books where like you can't say anything about it because it literally destroys the entire plot. That was, I literally pretty much just destroyed most of the plot for you by just saying that, because you don't even discover that till like a quarter of the way through the book, and it's a big book. Anyways, when I was in 7th grade, and I have proof of this, I wrote a book called Down in a Whole New World, okay? I wrote a few chapters of this book, and it was a book about a world that was beneath our world, with like all these mystical creatures and like these weird characters that like there was a bulbous purple woman, I believe. Yeah, a bulbous purple woman. And you know, in Stephen King's book, there's a lot of like funny characters that are weird colors and that like look weird. And it reminded me so much of, and like there's like even like a fighting thing that they're like trying to train for. And in my book, there was a fighting thing, like a war that was, it like in Stephen King's book, it wasn't like a war necessary, but it was fighting that they had to train for. And in my book, there was fighting you had to train for, and a little sidekick animal. And in Stephen King's book, there's a sidekick animal. Literally, I believe he hacked into my brain and stole this book from me. I should like finish it and like put it out. No, he'll probably sue me for like stealing his idea. Even though he stole it from me. I deadass have proof though. Like, I have proof that I wrote this in 2019, 2018, whatever. That was my little rant anyways. I love writing books, and I love reading books sometimes. And I love reading books and like creating a whole movie in my head. Like, I feel like that's the best part about books. And especially when it's a really good book. Like, I'm like, oh, this should be made into a movie. So one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to write nonfiction novels. And I'm like really interested in like fantasy and stuff, obviously. But I wanted to write a nonfiction novel and then make it into a movie. And I wanted to be a director and a producer. I wanted to be a screen and script writer. Like, I wanted to do it all. Kind of like Tim Burton, Adam Sandler, you know? Steven Spielberg. And I wanted to start, like, a production company. Or not a production company. Is that what it's called? Like, a company that makes movies? I wanted to start one of those, but that like solely made movies based off of books that were like hella accurate too, because I hate watching a movie that's based off of a book and it literally being so loosely based off of the book that it's like annoying to watch, you know? It's like, this didn't happen, wrong. It's just like annoying, and I think it's rude. Like, I'm literally sweating so bad. I feel like it got hotter. How does it get hotter? How is it probably 4:30 and it's hot as balls out here, dude? I'm dying. Anyways. But, I don't know. I like started thinking about it more, and then like as I got more and more like depressed, it just felt like too much work because I have to go to college and stuff. And I don't even know if I want to go to college anymore. But I have to, it like sounds really bad, but I have to work really, really, really hard. Especially if I want to like, I want to screenwrite, because I'm a control freak, okay? And I promise if something's not done like absolutely perfectly to how I believe it should be done, I will go absolutely insane. Like, it is really hard for me, especially like to be in groups of people, but also to be in groups of people where other people want to lead. Like, that's like really stressful to me, or people just don't cooperate with like my vision or my ideas. It like really stresses me out. But I want to screenwrite, so that means I need to spend hours writing how I want, you know, stage directions to be and stuff. I want to script write, which means I need to make sure that like all of the dialogue is accurate. You know, you have to put in how they're supposed to say it, yada yada, or like, and like sometimes cues of when they're supposed to say things. I want to direct all of this and then go ahead and produce all of this, and then I want to write my own books on the side. Like, and I get it, like I don't have to do all of that. I can like, you know, take it down a little bit. But like I said, I'm a control freak, and I don't really think that that's in the cards for me. If I'm being totally honest, I've been sick for the past 3 days. I woke up the other day with like I'm going insane. With a massive tension headache, and I literally wanted to die. And like my nose has been running, and I've been sneezing like crazy. Sneezing is embarrassing, especially like when you don't have a cute little sneeze. Like, I'm not like, I'm like, and like my entire body convulses every time I sneeze. It's so annoying. Anyways, now in life, all I want to do is be rich and famous. And have such a bad memory. But people always tell me like, oh, you don't want to be famous, like you don't want to be famous, like you don't know what comes with that. Yeah, I do, actually, and I think I'm a very well-educated person, and I understand all of the things that come with like fame. Anyways, and that being lack of privacy and lack of like life. Like, I understand there can be bad things to it, but like I said, I'm an attention whore, and this is like the main reason why I do the internet, is because I want to go out in public that car does not look like it should be making that noise. But I want to go out in public and I want to be recognized. I want somebody to be like, oh my god, is that Sienna? I'm gonna be like, yeah, it is. And then I can like sign autographs and take pictures. And I want to be rich too. Because do you see these houses that people live in? Like they do YouTube for a little bit and then they live in like $1 million mansions. And I feel like it's so easy to be an influencer and to like be famous online these days. You just need to know how to do it. And I think that's what I'm still learning, is to like I think I understand a lot of it, but like I said, it's also embarrassing, and it's embarrassing putting like too much effort into it. Guys, I'm still a 16-year-old girl. Everything is just embarrassing to me. Anyways, I'm literally hungry AF. I went to the supermarket today for lunch and I got a panini and it was literally bust AF. It was called the Italian way. I get made fun of for the way I say Italian, but saying Italian, like that just doesn't feel right. Italian. Anyways, I got the Italian way and that was bust AF. It was a freaking bust AF panini. I had onions on it and I absolutely hate onions, but I busted it down. Like I didn't even pick any off. I split it in half with my bestie Meadow, and then I went to Starbucks and I got me a grande white mocha with oat milk because that is, I got it hot because I'm afraid to try it iced. I've only ever had it hot and I'm afraid if I try it iced I'm not gonna like it. But it was literally bust. I also don't like Starbucks iced coffee because I feel like they put way too much ice in it, and I feel like it's always like really watered down. Like I just don't like it. But that, oh, it was so good. It was so good. So I had a bust AF panini and a bust AF coffee. And then like this boy, we were checking out, and then this boy came up to us and he was like, and he had like a bunch of like really small slices of pizza on like a tray, and my friend took one because I was like paying and stuff, and I like tried to avoid him because I didn't want him to talk to me. I don't want him to ask me if I wanted a freaking piece of pizza because it looked gross. And I like tried to walk away really fast out of the door, but he stopped me and he's like, you want one? And I was like, no thank you. But my friend grabbed one for me anyways, and it was literally disgusting. It tasted organic. Like that was literally disgusting. Literally. Anyways, thank you Macy for taking me to thank you Macy for taking me. Cause then Macy went to McDonald's, and then Meadow and I sat on a curb outside the supermarket waiting for Macy to come pick us up. We sat with all the homeless people because there was like a line of homeless people with shopping carts and trash bags filled with bottles to do like the bottle return, and we just kind of like chilled outside with them, eating our disgusting ass organic pizza and our bust AF paninis. And then Meadow got a raspberry tea. which I can't have raspberries because I can't like say that I'm allergic to them, but I'm pretty sure I am, because every time I like eat anything raspberry or eat raspberries, it burns my throat really bad and it makes my stomach burn and like hurt. Is that being allergic? I don't know. Is that me just, maybe I like raspberries though. I like the taste of them, but they just hurt to eat. Like I can't. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. I'll probably have more to talk about next time. I need to remember to like start writing things down when I have ideas of like what to talk about, because then I'm like, oh, I'll just save it all in my head, like it'll be okay. And then the second I like grab the mic, I turn on or I hit record, everything just like flies out the window. Anyways, I like feel cold, but also like I'm sweating, but like I also feel hot, and I also have to shit like really, really bad. So I'm gonna go do that. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast, and I hope it wasn't too long. That looks like my brother. I thought my brother was home. That's not my brother. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast, and I love you, and I love my 3 main supporters, which is Abby and Ava and Matthew. I love you guys, especially Extra, so much. Oh my god, it's Devin! I love you, Devin. I love you, Devin. I love you, Devin. I love you. Did you just call me a bitch? I love you. Okay, Amazon's here, and that was my little brother Devin. He's not actually, but like I consider him my brother, my kid. I love you guys.
I cannot fuck with you, baby, you right. You are not for me, goodbye. You ain't shit to me. Shit to me.